today, and don't worry about what the slide said and all the big names. I'm just like you. If you're a student, I want you to understand that I was in your place just a couple of years back, and so it's not a very big deal. So I come from a very simple middle class family. My father was a teacher, and then I the software industry and started growing my career as an HR person. And so that was close to about 20 years. And then alongside, I also wanted to be an entrepreneur. So, that's how, my entire journey has been. And so iCert is, probably the, flagship organization. And so, very close to my heart because it connects me directly to youngsters like you. And um, if I were to, take you through a presentation today, in fact, I think that'd be better. I don't want to keep it theoretical, but I want to tell you what is that will help you to get the maximum out of your career, or how do you get started in the right way? Okay, and having been in the software industry for over close to 20 years in the HR, I think I should be able to give you some kind of good inputs there. Okay, so let's use the presentation. The presentation is only a guideline point, and okay, good. Good. So we don't want to just help you get started with your career, but we want to help you power launch your career. Okay, so there's a big difference. Okay, so let's try and talk about what does it mean. But before that, I think before we start, taking it forward, we should first know what is that the industry is looking for, right? So we're going to start with that. Okay. So my first question is, do you know what is the industry expecting from you? Right. I don't mind having this an interactive session, and if any of you can, quickly, chat, on the chat, if you share, what do what is the industry expecting from you, right? If you look at it, there are two kinds of skills, right? I mean, one is technical, and the other is non-technical. Now, and all of us, if you're a student here, I assume that, you're thinking about, job as one of the primary, options. Yes, some of you could be looking at higher studies. Some of you could be probably looking at, taking up the next level of, exams and getting into, a specific career. But then ultimately, for most people, most of us, it would mean, technical, non-technical. But what we don't realize is technical is only 65%. And I'm going to define what technical also means. And then non-technical is going to contribute to 35% of the skills that an organization is going to expect from you. So what do you mean by technical? What gets covered in your academics is only 40%. Non-academic is going to contribute to 60% of what the industry is going to expect. Now, that does not mean that, take your academic lightly. No, because if the academic foundation is not right, most of you already know, a lot of times the cutoff, based on the cutoff, is where even your entry point is there. So academic is extremely important. But let's also, accept the fact that non-academic, weighs a lot more on the technical side also. So what could it be that is non-academic and technical, which is so important? So the non-academic side of the reason I'm not getting into academics is you already know you have a set curriculum, you have regular exams going on, everything else is there. So let's look at what is non-academic. Non-academic is, hey, I've learned a few things. How do I practically apply what I've learned? Right? You could have learned something, but if you don't know how to, how does it practically apply in a real life problem, then the companies are not interested there. The second one is, what are the connected technologies? Right? Gone are the days where you can go out and say, what, I'm a Python programmer. I know everything about Python programming, but I don't know anything else. In fact, today there are very few isolated technologies like that. right? Almost every other industry, every other technology is intertwined so beautifully with a lot of other things, right? So it's extremely important for us to understand what are the connected technologies in whatever area you are. I just picked up, an example, of Python programming. So, today's session is not, for software, streams. It's both circuit and non-circuit streams, right? And the third important factor when it comes to non-academic is the latest developments. What is happening in your domain, in your industry, right? And so these are things that are going to be extremely important. Now, if you look at the next level, um, on the non-technical side, if you look at it, there are, again, I'm splitting it into three things, right? One is your interpersonal skills. So interpersonal skills could be, so for use of, for lack of a better word, I use this, but everything, the way you, you carry yourself, the way you present yourself, your ambition levels, your attitude, everything will come into interpersonal skills. That is going to contribute to 40% of what the company is going to expect. The second one is the teamwork, because ultimately when you get started, you will be working a lot with teams, with people. In fact, if you really look at it, whether you're hardcore technical guy or a non-technical guy, you will have to deal with people. In fact, a lot of students come to me and say, sir, I want to be technical person. Yeah, if you're unable to get across your technical idea to other people, your technical skill is almost useless, right? See, for example, if I ask you, who's the person who invented your smartphone? All of you have a smartphone. Can you tell me who's the person who invented your smartphone? Can somebody text me? All of us know who invented, electric bulb, and a lot of things, but we don't know. You're holding it on in your hand, and most of us don't know who invented our smartphone. In fact, a lot of people come and say, "Sir, is it Steve Jobs?" Right? Now, Steve Jobs is somebody who probably made it popular, right? He's a person who brought it out. So ultimately, it's the way we deal with people that will make a big difference, right? So how do you work with teams? Sometimes it is, when I mean team, it's again, it could be people who are, your vendors, the market, the industry, right? So everybody else, right? Wonderful. Darshini said it's IBM. You're, very right, right? IBM was the first one to come out with a smartphone. But can you see the sad part here, Darshini, that we are unable to pinpoint one single person who's, a contributor, major contributor. Actually, there's one person, okay? So today's your exercise is to find it out, and you'll be able to find it, Google it out, no, not a big deal. And the last one is multitasking. See, today, world is very demanding, right? I'm, if you're, studying right now, if you're in the current generation, if you're going to step out of college in the next 1 or 2 years, or this year, I want to first one thing I want to do is I want to applaud you, because I'll tell you, the world is much, much more complicated now, the much more demanding right now, than it ever was. So don't let any of the people who are elder to you come and say, I have done this, I have done this. I mean, see, for example, I mean, a lot of times for us, getting into an, we do not even have Google, forget about anything else, I mean, so, a lot of people, 20, 25 years back, they don't even have, free email ID, right? And for you today, you have to manage between, 6 or 7, social networking sites. And that's how, all of you are. And, so multitasking, learning about multiple, disciplines, there is something, we talk about machine language, artificial intelligence, UI, and, then the languages are there, and then Android and iOS. I mean, there are so many different things just on the technical side that, you're managing. And then, of course, there are, there are things that if you're serious about building your profile, then you're building a brand on, maybe on LinkedIn. So multiple things, right? You're taking competitive exams, you're studying. Look at this seminar. I mean, how many times do you think, 15 years, 20 years back, or 10 years back also, students actually attended, non-academic, training or seminars. You attend seminars almost 2 to 3 every week, and whereas earlier option was not there at all, right? One, you can either look at it as an opportunity, or I want to applaud you as saying, absolutely fantastic that you're able to manage so many things, right? So that is an important skill that is required. Are you able to multitask? Now, if you look at the scenario, see, I don't want to scare you, but this is a real life scenario, right? So your college is one of the 300 colleges, for example, in Karnataka, right? There are 300 approved engineering colleges in Karnataka, and all across India, that is a staggering number of 10,778 engineering colleges. And that's, even if you put in on an average about 500 to 1,000 students per college, an average, the numbers are like, suddenly a million students, in engineering, in India is like, a piece of cake. We know that for sure it is there, right? So this is how big the, competitive world out there is. So, where are you? Can you see that red dot, right? Can you say inside that your college there was a small red dot? Now that is you, right? So it's not, when I say, I appreciate you and I really applaud you, I know that that is a competition that you're, really, facing right now. So I really, understand your challenges. It is almost like this, right? I mean, you're in a crowd, how do you really stand out? How to stand out in this crowd? How do I become one of the people that the companies will notice? Because there are only limited opportunities there, right? The companies are becoming more and more demanding. How do I stand out? So that is the roadmap I hope to give you today. And I think if in the next 10, 15 minutes, if you're able to make a few notes, if you're willing to work closely with somebody from ICER, we are more than happy to make sure that you get all the support to stand out of it, this huge crowd that we're talking about. So most of the times, see, like I said, in HR, I used to be in recruitment and, things like that. And this is how I see most people, who are passing out of college, their resume. This is just an, example, if you look at it, it's I purposefully took a mechanical engineering, thing. Now the person scored 60%, so it's not a very bad thing. And, so he's been consistent with his education. But if you look at it, there is certain things, and, a lot, and there is a career objective that's mentioned, and a lot of students, it's very similar to what a lot of students do. It just pick up, off the internet and then do something like that, right? And it's not bad, I mean, it seems to cover everything. But I want you to again remind, this is how 99% of students are going to present themselves. Which means if your resume, I mean, it's not about being looking, very simple, but if this is the content what your resume is going to give, then you are almost, one of the 99% of this, 1 million students. 1 million is 10 lakh, right? And 99% of the people are going to have a resume like this. So I'm going to show you one more resume. So this is also somebody who's a mechanical engineer, okay, and passing out in 2021, class of 2021, and it talks about a few things, right? We'll go into the details and see, what is what. Now, before we get into the details, let me ask you this question. Based on these two resumes, which candidate will you select? The person on the left-hand side or the person on the right-hand side? Let's look at the details before we, come to a conclusion. Okay, it's not only about, the, professional appeal. But of course, that also matters, right? So let's look at the professional appeal. Obviously, there is the left side. I'm not even sure about if there's any kind of an appeal. It just captures some of the key points. Whereas on the right hand side, it seems to have a more professional appeal. There's a lot more effort that the individual has taken and done it. Now, before any of you start thinking, sir, does it mean that the person who is putting all graphs and colorful thing is more preferred? No, 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 no. That is not what I mean. One is the professional appeal. Let's look at every other possibility. Now let's the next thing we look at is the practical application. We saw those 6 things. Remember, a few things on the technical side and a few things on the non-technical side, because both sides the academics is the same, right? So that's only 40% of the technical, if you remember. So practical application. How does this person talk about the practical application? So if you look at it on the right hand side, there is something called a real-time assignment. I'm going to read this one thing for you so all of us understand what it means. Concept design of Hyperloop system for Indian cities for SpaceX, recognized at college level for being the only team to present a design. Now, it does not say that this person has won an award. He did not say anything. What it means is he's participated. That's all he's done, right? I want you to understand this. He's only participated in a concept design. It's not even a working model. And he or she here, in this case it was a he was recognized at a college level only. So for example, if you're part of RRC, the college just called you and said, hey, that's a wonderful thing, congratulations, you did, right? So that's all has happened. There's no award or anything. But if you look at it, that professional practical application of what the person has studied is some way is presented here. Now let's look at the next factor: connected technologies, right? Mechanical engineer. What could be the connected technologies, right? Left hand side again, it just says mechanical engineer, but look at all the things, right? The person talks about industry 4.0, right? Talks about machine learning, manufacturing practices, robotics, right? Kaizen, in terms of processes and standards, Six Sigma in manufacturing, right? There are so many things that the person has actually mentioned here, right? So that is your second big advantage. Latest developments. How is this person captured the latest developments? What is that is happening in the industry? Again, if you look at it, industry 4.0 is a new thing that's coming up. Machine learning, a lot of these things, right? Are lean manufacturing practices. It's a new thing, right? So that is where the big appeal is. So you're talking about connected technology. You're talking about the latest developments that's happening in and around the area of mechanical engineering, right? Now, how does the interpersonal skills get projected here? Interpersonal skills, if you look at it, like I said, is an ambition level. It's somebody who is, wanting to succeed, who's taking initiatives. So all that, in terms of events and publications and, how the person, participate in a real life assignment, everything is projected. And these are all seen as very proactive measures. See, the average person is very happy being, in the comfort zone. I want you to understand this. In the comfort zone, nothing grows. And if you want to be really successful, you want to be able to step out of your comfort zone. And that is very extremely important. And that's what some of these initiatives by the students shows. How does it show teamwork? It talks about, again, as a team, recognized at a college level as a team, presented to, papers, and then, participate in a national level hackathon, right? In fact, there is a hackathon that's coming up in the next 1.5 months from, ICERT. And this is India's national first virtual hackathon. And I hope some of you, really taking up a challenge and saying, I'm going to do it. In fact, there is a mock, session. Some of the assignments will be given to you by the 1st of July. And you have 20 days, 3 weeks time to submit your assignment. This is a mock dry run. So I want to see who are, the students here who are really wanting to take up some challenges, because, an industry is looking for somebody who's ready to take on some challenges. Okay. So for every department, you could be in CS, you could be in, mechanical, you could be in electrical, civil, doesn't matter where you're from. You're going to have an assignment which you can prepare, a report, study something, and, this is a mock one, right? This is not a real one. The real challenge is going to be the hackathon, national level hackathon, and you have opportunity to participate in it. We would love to see, somebody from our Bangalore college winning it. Okay. I want to really see if, there are some champions. I believe, in fact, I've been talking to your college, management teams, and I've been saying, we have the best people right here, and I hope some of you will, take up the challenge and win it. Okay. Time management. How is this talked about here? If you really look at it, on the right, on this side, it talks about the webinar. So all these webinars, for example, after this webinar, there's going to be a small short quiz, and if you're, after every webinar, there are 10 questions, and if you take up that question, you get an e-certificate. Now, e-certificate, a lot of you are getting it. That's not a big deal, but from an ICERT, Indian Society of Education, Research and Technology, you will get an e-certificate only if you clear, a certain number of questions from this quiz. So out of a quiz, let's say there are 10 questions, you need a minimum criteria. So, we know that, hey, you are able to, and all these will be asked only from the webinar that you attended. So we would love to hear from you and see how you have done it. And all of you already have an access to it. And we really sincerely hope that you're able to present something like this, right? 17 certificates, ICERT certificates earned. It's not, a participation certificate. These are, assessment cleared certificates. These are, e-protected certificates, right? I mean, I know some of you are very smart. You'll be able to hack into the system. So that's not the challenge for you. But, we have certain criteria which will go back and connect to the database, which will throw exactly. So if anybody wants to, check, hey, is this person, for example, Akshay Kumar, has he really done this thing, just by, the US, QR code, we'll be able to, it will connect to the backend server, and it'll give you, the authentic feedback whether the person has been, rewarded that certificate or not, right? Awarded that certificate or not. And then the webinars, right? If you look at it, there are so many webinars that the person has attended, and it's a great opportunity for you to showcase. Okay, what are the different things that you've, taken it up and, attended and, cleared. So all this good. So how does all this work? What is ICERT? Like I said, see, ICERT, is, let me tell you a, background picture. See, AICTE, which is the All India Council for Technical Education, is the board which actually is, tells us what is the, curriculum for all our students. Now, unfortunately, a lot of this is very backdated. All of us know this. Professors know this. All of us are, we don't know what else to do. Now, when you appear for an interview, the industry is expecting you to know the latest thing, but the college is, university or anything else is giving you an test or an exam based on the subjects that they're teaching. Then you have the research, which is, constantly, there is something that's constantly happening, and, there are people who are, developing new things. And so, for example, if you are a student here, I want you to understand that you will have an opportunity to work along with industry senior people, right? I mean, people who are industry people, and you'll be able to work with them. I'm stopping the share because it's an important point. You will actually get an opportunity as a student. You will work with an industry expert, somebody who's working in the industry for 10 or 15 years. They're doing some research, and you will, when they publish a paper, your name will also come in the paper. Can you imagine that? What a great thing, value addition that it will be for your career itself, and definitely for your selection criteria. So I hope you're going to take this serious. In fact, in July again, well, you'll have the one or two opportunities where you can work with somebody else. And obviously, whenever there is something like this, there will be a selection criteria. And I believe you have the talent, but whether you take that initiative up and grab that opportunity or not is up to you. Okay, so there are some amazing projects that are coming up in July itself. So in just about 1 week's time, you'll get the notification. Now, there are other educational institutions also. There are other coaching centers also. So how is iCert very different from here? The first thing is iCert is not profit driven. Okay, so if you look at it today, if you go to the market and let's say you want to take up an Python programming fundamentals, right? Even a fundamental program is almost about 9,000 rupees a piece, right? I mean, see, some of you probably have a lot of money, so I'm not counting on that. But a lot of us are people who come from middle class families, and if for everything we have to spend 9,000, 10,000. For example, there is a program on LinkedIn, how to build your profile in LinkedIn. Right now, yesterday or something, I saw this advertisement. I got a message which said, if you want to build your profile on LinkedIn, it's only 3,500 rupees. It's a lockdown offer. The lockdown offer itself is 3,500 rupees, right? So you learn how to leverage on some of these things and see how you can take it forward, right? So I'm going back to the screen. So iCert intends to bring all this, whatever I've told you, your seminars, webinars, online assessments, certification programs, partnerships, research partnerships, internships, placements, everything is going to come to you at a very, very affordable price. In fact, it will be cheaper than your mobile phone cost. But the good news is this: there is nothing, no fees for the next couple of months, because we want to really open up the entire thing completely free of cost for all our students who are registered. Okay, so if you're registered, then you're eligible for it. You have tremendous advantage over your peers just in the next 3 months time. So all these things, like I said, the research organizations, the colleges and the faculty and the industry and you, finally, all of you are brought together by this team called SelectSmart. It's a digital collaborative platform, right? If you're from RRC or CTDS, you might have heard the SelectSmart thing. You probably have logged in already, used it a couple of times. So it's a fantastic tool which is like the LinkedIn for students. Imagine you having a complete all your data captured in one single place. How powerful it'll be, how good it'll be for you to easily share it with your company and then see how you get shortlisted, right? So we don't want you to miss out on that option. So this is just a snapshot of what and all different things that it can do, and I don't want to get into the details, but because it's fairly understandable. Oh, but the most important of our thing is the mentoring, right? And because we bring people who are very, very successful people, who are hands-on people who are working in the industry to come and be mentors for us. For example, this is just a example of some of the mentors from June. I'm not even saying all our mentors, right? Some of these people who did it in June. Dr. Karthik Simkurti, he's a research scientist. He works with the TCS Innovation Labs. He's a PhD from IIT Chennai, IIT Kharagpur, MTech, all India rank, amazing. And so he's a person kind of whom you will get to learn from directly, and so that itself will be a great opportunity for you to learn. This is another person who has more than 20 years experience. I have great respect for this person. Nitin Sharma, he is part of Qualcomm, which is one of the, in fact, Tanza 60-70% of your phones have a Qualcomm chip in it, right? So that is how successful he is, and he is one of the very few Indians who have a degree in intellectual properties as well as technology, and so that's very, very unique, and you'll get, you had an opportunity to listen to him. Cybersecurity is probably one of the ever growing areas. If you look at all these are happening in areas which are evergreen, or it's growing right now, and these are places where you will be able to get an internship or a job, right? And so this is something that will really help as well. And it's not just technical, it's soft skills as well, so interpersonal skills. So Mr. Desai has been in the industry for more than 20 years, and he's somebody who's who's in demand in the corporates, and he's going to come and teach all of us how to get prepared for interviews. So that will be a workshop, right? I mean, that will really give you a lot of ideas how to develop yourself. What is that you should focus on, right? So your college and iCert are coming together and using this Select Smart platform to create so many possibilities for each one of you. I know a lot of you enjoy dressing up and power dressing, but I hope you understand power dressing is not only how you dress up. It's about how you dress up your resume. Right? If it doesn't talk about in your resume, then it's not there. The question is, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the top 20% where a decent job is there available for you, or do you want to be in the middle thing, which is 7 and 8, for a short list? And is this something that you're you want to look at in the long term? But that's a good progress, right, from being rejected, right? So if you're getting rejected, it's just that it needs to be a little more planned, so you can take it forward, to avoid the rejection there, right? So that's pretty much what I wanted to share, and I'm open for questions, because I truly believe each one of us, if we can just put our time into the right place, we will have a great career going for us. I'm open for a few questions together on this subject. You can send me your questions by chat. Okay, so you will have access to Select Smart through the portal through your college. So some of you would have already got your college login and ID. So when you log in, you'll have access to all this. In fact, iCert offers you, and through Select Smart, it offers you close to 25 different things. You can actually have international, partnerships are there with universities. So maybe there's an exchange program. Maybe you'll have an opportunity to do virtual internships. Like I said, there is a competition that's coming up. There is a a possibility of you being part of a research paper that's coming up. So there are multiple opportunities that are coming up. In fact, iCert is shortlisting iCert campus ambassadors in July. So if any of you, and that will give you a great exposure to a high level of connections and people who will you can learn from, mentors from the industry and things like that. So if any of you are interested in participating, you should talk to your iCert coordinator in your college or your HOD, and they will connect you to iCert. And there's a short shortlisting that will happen. And if you get connected, you'll be among the very few people who will get a badge which you can display on your all your social media profiles and things like that, that you were the iCert ambassador for your college. There are some very exciting benefits for iCert ambassadors, and you will play a very key leadership role in doing a lot of activities within your campus. Okay. Um, I appreciate this question. Um, Sir, you told me it's free for a few months. Actually, right now, I think for the next 3 months, it's completely free. Every seminar, training, everything that comes is free. In fact, it might get extended. We want you to focus on what is happening around. We know that this is a very tough time, but we want you to know that we are with you. We understand the challenges that you are. So we don't want to charge you right now. Even when the charges open up, it will be like less than your mobile recharge every month. Okay, so our goal is to keep it to 50 rupees or lesser every month, every student, right? So in an entire year, it will not even be more than 600 rupees. That's the promise from ICERT. Okay, I really like that you asked me that question, and I know it's an important question you asked me. But don't worry about it right now. Right now, everything is free. Your college is really working hard with us to make sure that the facilities come to you. What are the benefits we get from ICERT? Like I said, there are roughly about 20-25 different offer programs that you'll get from ICERT. So ICERT opens up internship with companies, right? See, for example, let's say you're in one college, and you might not have all the companies coming there, right? Because most of the large companies might say, you know what, I'll just go to 3 or 4 main colleges. Now, what happens is, when they come to ICERT, for example, there are 11,000 students right now, right? And in the next 1 or 2 weeks, we have the largest university in Karnataka, signing up with us, because they've seen a great, effort, benefit for all the students. So when that happens, so even large companies will come and do interviews, through ICERT. They will do, tests through ICERT. All your quantitative, qualitative, questions will get, your shortlisting will get done here. So that's the best part, right? So you will have internships, you will have global exchange, student exchange programs with universities that are outside. You will get internships which are virtual. For example, we already have some internships in Australia, in Japan, and in the UK, right? So there are three or four different places which you can get into a study. There are multiple things. There are hackathons, national level hackathons that you can participate. So what is the next procedure to join ICERT courses? See, for example, if you're part of the college, if your college is already partnered with ICERT, and like I said, it's right now completely free, so there are no fees to you don't have to worry about it. So you can, if your college is not part of it, you can always encourage your college to approach ICERT, and you can do that. The email ID is info at. In fact, I'll ask my colleague here to text you right there. And so when you are connected, you will have a login, just like how you have a login for your LinkedIn. So this will give you access to all the updates of, for example, how can you contact for internships, things about internships. There's already an internship coming up in July, right? So all these details will be coming to your login, right? You will have reminders. There are there are Telegram groups that you can be part of through your college, or every college which has signed up for ICERT has a Telegram group, right? So all the your programs will be communicated through that. So all these will happen every weekend, so that it doesn't clash with your college curriculum, and you'll be able to participate in the webinars and these internships, the competitions, the recruitments, selection process, everything from your ICERT portal login that you get, right? Um, Most of our webinars are right now conducted on Zoom, but the login is being given only to colleges which are which are partnering with ICERT. So if you're and like I said, it's absolutely, this is an Indian Society for Education, Research and Technology is committed to bring all these facilities at a very, very low cost to all our students. Because I want to again tell you, lot of us, who are part of the management team at ICERT are people like just like you. We come from very simple families, and we know the difficulties of going and taking up 10 or 20 different courses outside, with everything is like 2,000, 4,000, 20,000. It is not possible. So we really want to give that benefit by bringing the best of the people in the industry and giving it to them, giving it to you, right? So talk to your college coordinator, ICERT coordinator, and that will immediately give you an access, and it's a free registration. So you will get access, on the portal, and you can get access all the seminars that have already been there. So whichever seminar that your college recommends you for, or you can also choose, is all available on the portal. Okay, wonderful. Any other questions? Great. I think feel free to reach out to us. My colleague will also send you the details of which the seminars and the registration for any of the internship programs that are coming up. Everything is through your portal. So we are looking forward to helping you out. We really believe that we have the best people right here in this group, and otherwise, who else will come on a Saturday evening to come and learn? So we're very proud of you. If you're here as a student, when 90% of the students are whiling away their time, we really want to appreciate you that you took time and you're here, and you're thinking about your future, and you are the kind of people that we really want to go out and help create a great career. Okay, it was great talking to you, and have a wonderful weekend and all the best.